What's going on, guys? This is Almost Expert Wrestling, and we are back. Obviously, you've heard in the last video. You can go there for some emotional stuff. But yeah, we're back, obviously, and we're back with the Raw previews. It's been a long time, and I know that Kyle's excited, so am I. So let's get this started. Where to start? Where do you want to start, Kyle?
Well, it is the first Raw of 2015. New Year, last week on Raw, big Raw, everything happened. A bunch of returns, a debut, a lot of great matches. Really ended up being one of the best Raws of the year to end out the year. So now maybe we can get the best Raw of the year to kick off the year. We got tonight already announced Bray Wyatt versus Dean Ambrose in an ambulance match, in which they're calling the final battle between these two. It's a very, very long feud, so it's pretty interesting to end it on a episode of Raw instead of ending it at a pay-per-view, such as maybe the Royal Rumble. But it's pretty cool to end this feud now. I mean, better late than never, really, if you look at it, because this feud could have kept going. So I think it's pretty much accomplished everything. It's built both of these guys up into big stars going into the WrestleMania scene. So we got Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. I guess we'll take a quick prediction at this match. I really don't have my prediction right now. I wasn't really going to predict it, but Joe, go ahead. What do you think tonight? Ambrose, Wyatt.
Wow, you just put me on the spot. I forgot about this match. It'll be interesting. And like you were saying, I'll come up with my prediction as I'm talking here. But it's funny you were saying. I didn't even know they're calling this the final battle between the two. That's news to me. But since it is, you know, the reason I see them not ending it at a pay-per-view and they're ending it on a Raw before Royal Rumble, because these two are probably going to be in the Royal Rumble match. So that's probably why. That's the only way I can see it. Because otherwise, I'd say that they definitely go about Royal Rumble, probably. But, man, prediction. I wasn't prepared for this. I'm going to say Dean Ambrose, because at the end of a feud like this, I mean, it's only fitting. I mean, it could go either way, but the way I see it happening is Dean Ambrose gets his revenge after, you know, Wyatt put him in ambulance or something. When? I forget when that happened. Wait, when did that happen? I forget, but yeah, it was a while ago. But yeah, Ambrose will put Wyatt in the ambulance. That'll end the feud. It'll be off on a high note and good for the fans universe. Good for the universe. Okay. Who do you have winning, Kyle?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, what I was just looking at is apparently Dean Ambrose had a WWE.com interview this week or last week or whatever, and I believe it was mentioned in there that this, the feud's going to come to a head or something. I believe that's what he said, some sort of statement like that. And then what I was reading is that the commentators last week kept mentioning that it's going to be like a big battle or something. I mean, they're labeling it as a huge match. That makes me think that it should be the last. They've had so many matches. I believe they faced at Survivor Series and TLC. Yeah. Correct? Yeah. They've had 2 pay-per-view matches already. They had the match around Christmas time between them two. So, and they've had a bunch of stuff. So, they've had plenty of matches, and I think that it's best for Dean Ambrose to win the match. Because I like Dean Ambrose better. I feel like Ambrose is going to be the better of the two when it comes to a all-out career. When it's all said and done, he'll probably have a better year. But Ambrose has took his fair share of losses in the feud, so I definitely think that's my reason to have him win. And it's not like it's going to hurt either guy to lose. I mean, really, if you look at it, they both gained so much from this feud. They both really worked well with each other. So moving on out of this feud, they now have a good opportunity to go ahead later this month and win the Royal Rumble, which definitely these two guys both have to be clear-cut favorites, or definitely up in the favorites to win, because either can main event WrestleMania. So let's move on a little bit, shift gears, #shifting gears. Take a look at some other mid-card feuds, or actually let's take a look at the Authority. They're back. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon back in power. John Cena put him back in power last week after Seth Rollins basically forced him to. But so what a lot of people are saying is that that tonight's Raw will kick off with like a half-hour promo with the Authority coming out, which probably will happen. So, I mean, at 8 o'clock or whenever Raw comes on, if you hear King of Kings come over the King of Kings play and you see Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come out, don't be surprised because we told you so, and it will happen. So, they're back. I really feel like this angle with them coming back is really rushed. Like, I did not expect them to just lose their Survivor Series and then never be on Raw again because it's Triple H, it's Stephanie McMahon. We obviously know they still work for the WWE, but for them to come back just 2 months after, I feel like takes away or a month and a half after actually. I feel like it takes away Dolph Ziggler's win. I feel like it takes away that whole match, you know, fighting so hard. And I kind of thought they would come back with all the GM changes anyway, because like we didn't really get like a true GM with Daniel Bryan 1 week, and then Edge and Christian last week, and it was, you know, it's been a bunch of, I think the anonymous GM came back, so it was a bunch of different GMs, so we really didn't have that clear-cut GM, but I didn't think that they would come back just after a month and a half after. But they're back, and it sets up a bunch of stuff for Mania, the Rumble. So I'm pretty excited with them being back, but at the same time, I'm disappointed, and I feel like it was rushed. What do you think about this, Joe?
Well, yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, with the Authority probably kicking off Raw, and of course, the Authority being back. I talked a little bit about this. This is my first plug of the night. First ever plug, of the year. Of course, I now run a Twitch account, so you can look up on Twitch, Almost Expert Wrestling, all together. And, because I might do some broadcasts of WWE 2K15 and talk wrestling. And, as I was talking a couple weeks ago, I was saying, at the time, yeah, it was the night after, yeah, it was right after Raw last week. I went on there and talked a little bit of Raw with some people, and, you know, people were saying it was rushed. I don't know why. I mean, at first I thought maybe it's not too rushed because, you know how, I mean, I know, well, I'm not going to say I know how the business works. A lot of us know how the business works. Usually, Raw will end with something that will drive people crazy. It will drive people crazy, and they're saying, why did you do that? So soon, too late, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, right away, I thought maybe it's not too late. We'll have to see what happens. That was my initial thought, but yeah, ever since seeing what other people said, it changed my opinion. It's way too soon. But I still have in the back of my mind that they have something planned that will make up for it. They already had something planned, is what I'm thinking in the back of my mind. But looking at it from this perspective, it is way too soon. Like you said, it takes away the Dolph Ziggler defeating, was it 2 or 3 members of Team Authority. It takes away Sting's return a little bit. But at the same time, it enhances Sting's return because, as you probably heard on the dirt sheets, Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania 31 is rumored. It might happen. You never know. So if that is what WWE has planned, then perfect. You know, have the Authority back. Have Sting then end it all at WrestleMania 31, then become the GM. I'm already thinking of what's going on at WrestleMania and afterwards, and this is the beginning of January. But yeah, too soon, but something could happen to make up for it.
Yeah, and I've said it. I've been saying it for months and months and months about Daniel Bryan, who just returned. We'll talk more about him now, but Daniel Bryan, who just returned. I've said it even when during the Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon feud. I said that I feel like they're planting the seed for Triple H versus Daniel Bryan again at WrestleMania 31. And I know that that might not be the most appealing match because it did happen last year. But I think that that's what they're doing here. I think that Triple H coming back around the same time that Daniel Bryan is. I think that something's going to happen at the Rumble between those two. I mean, I'll get into more into them predictions later this month when the Royal Rumble comes up. But I feel like something's going to happen with Bryan and the Authority. If not this week, then sometime leading up to the Rumble and afterwards. But then we still have John Cena in this whole equation too. We haven't even mentioned him yet on this whole broadcast, and we've been going on for a while now. And we have not mentioned John Cena or our WWE Champion Brock Lesnar. So a whole bunch of stuff going on. You know, Lesnar is apparently with the Authority now. Remember, or Paul Heyman rather. No, wait. Paul Heyman's with the Authority. What happened a couple weeks ago at the end of the Cena versus Rollins match when um
Brock
or
Lesnar.
Cena whatever happened. Rollins is gonna cash in or something. But move on a little bit. We got tonight. Daniel Bryan. Will he be on Raw? Yes or no, Joe?
I'm gonna say yes. Yes. I'm gonna say yes because I don't know. Because I don't know. At first I was thinking yes, and then no, yes. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. I don't really know why. You'd think that he would be off Raw or something to heal a little bit more, you know. I mean, obviously he's not gonna compete until Royal Rumble. That's obvious. But I mean, we could see him possibly interrupt the Authority or something. Um, that's not out of the equation. And of course, another scenario to start off Raw could be Daniel Bryan coming out, and then the Authority interrupting him, which I don't really see happening as much. But I'm gonna say that he's gonna be on Raw, and that it's gonna, you know, be stressing. He'll be stressed out that the Authority's back. Yeah, you get the picture. I'm gonna say that he not returns, but he's gonna be on Raw tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's definitely possible with him being, of course, last week announcing he will be competing in the Royal Rumble this year. So it's great, and there's so much stuff that can happen tonight. Like, Dolph Ziggler can get into this. So now that I mentioned Ziggler, take a look at the mid-card championship scenes right now, what we got going on. Heading into the Royal Rumble, Ryback and Rusev are partaking in a feud right now over the United States Championship. Ryback looking for his first ever championship in the WWE. One very, very known fact about Ryback, he's never won a championship in the WWE, so he's looking for that. And Dolph Ziggler, I believe the feud with Luke Harper is pretty much over. He's beaten him plenty of times. He's the champion now. So Ziggler now needs to move on to a potential feud, and I have a guy for that feud, but we'll probably get more into that going into Rumble. But what are your thoughts right now on Ryback, Rusev, and Dolph Ziggler in United States Championship and Intercontinental Championship title pictures?
I think that this feud with Ryback and Rusev for the U.S. title is the best Rusev feud in a while. And obviously, you had Jack Swagger, which was the last one. You know, he repeated his feud. Terrible one at that. But and then you had Big Show, Mark Henry, which led to their mini feud, and then yeah, that's the last few. I'd say that Ryback is the best person for this feud. I mean, after Survivor Series, everyone was expecting. Um, well, wait, Ziggler was he was the Intercontinental Champion at the time, right? And then
Of what? No, of what?
at Survivor Series, Ziggler was the
No. Ziggler wasn't.
What?
No, Luke Harper won the championship the Monday before Survivor Series.
That is right. That's right. Now I remember. Sorry about that, but no, after Survivor Series, I'm gonna continue. Sorry. After Survivor Series, people thought that people like Ziggler and especially Ziggler and Ryback were gonna go to the top, straight to the top in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship feud, possibly for future, because Lesnar wasn't there, obviously, and Cena was already the contender. But people thought that they were going to be more involved with the main event of the next pay-per-view, but it didn't really happen that way. But I'd say that this feud with Ryback is great. A lot of people would say, "Oh no, give him a little more of a push." I'd say that this is a great push. You're setting him up versus another big guy like Rusev, and I'd say that this is going to be the most unpredictable match at Royal Rumble. It's going to happen at Royal Rumble, definitely. You know that, I know that. They're going to face off, most likely, and, yeah, it's going to be the most unpredictable one. Toughest to predict. Of course, subscribe for those predictions. Yeah, and then moving on, moving on with the Ziggler thing, him now, where he continues. Yeah, he's back to being the Intercontinental Champion. After Luke Harper had a little bit of a nice stint with it. Um, and the question was, who does he move on to face? That's really tough. Obviously, his feud with Luke Harper, I'd say, is over. There could, I'm not sure. I have no prediction right now. I'm not gonna.
Right now, I was looking at one name, and he came back on Raw last week. You really have to go with Bad News Barrett in this situation. I mean, Barrett never did lose the championship, if we remember, way back about 4 or 5 months ago on SmackDown. Jack Swagger tossed him into the barrier, and he hurt his shoulder, and he was forced to vacate the Intercontinental Championship. And then I believe Ziggler won the Battle Royal. No, actually,
Miz.
The Miz won the Battle Royal, and then Ziggler ended up beating him. So, in all honesty, I think a Bad News Barrett versus Dolph Ziggler feud should happen. And do I think it'll happen? Right? Like, I think that maybe they'll plant the seeds for it. Maybe have a couple tag matches. Maybe have a couple singles matches. But I don't think that they'll face each other at Royal Rumble. In all honesty, I don't think many matches will happen at Royal Rumble. I think that we'll probably have maybe like a big match for obviously Cena Lesnar's at Rumble, and then maybe like the Royal Rumble, and then Rusev Ryback, and maybe like a Divas match. And I think that's really going to be it.
Yeah.
It's a Royal Rumble, and then probably Big Show and Roman Reigns, which we'll get into a little bit later. No, actually, I don't even know if they'll face it. They probably won't face each other at Rumble, but we'll get into that like next. Actually, let me just finish this. But I think that if anybody deserves to face Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship, it should be Barrett. He should be the automatic #1 contender. He never did lose it, so. And they've had great matches with each other before for the championship, so I think that would be fun and pretty cool to see. So definitely, I think that's my prediction for their feud in the future. I don't think they'll face each other at Rumble, but definitely heading to Mania. So that should be fun.
I agree. I didn't think of Barrett. I really did not. I definitely see that happening. Like you said, he didn't lose his title. Lost it because of injury, real injury. What do we have up next, Kyle?
Are we gonna Roman Reigns, Big Show, real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Real brief.
Do you want to start this one off, or me?
You can. I really have not been following this feud as much, honestly. I mean,
all right.
You want to take a look at it?
I'll start this one off. Yeah, this feud. It's been about a month. It was ever since TLC, or the night after that this rivalry really started, and I'd say it's been done very well. They've traded back and forth attacks, and what do you call it? Yeah, Roman Reigns threatened to punch him in the face, and then Big Show stepped up, punched him in the face. Next week, was it? It was last week that we saw Big Show, attack him, throw him across the freaking announce table, and then throw the announce table on him. And I know many people. If you're watching this, you probably didn't watch SmackDown last week, but I actually saw the last match. It was Roman Reigns versus Rusev. Big Show attacked Roman Reigns initially, and then Roman Reigns then got the upper hand, threw him across the announce table, and then threw it back on him, just like Raw. So they've traded back and forth attacks. I'd say that's very well done. I mean, it seems simple. It seems very simple from the average fan, saying, why just have them attack each other one-on-one every single week? I'd say that's brilliance, in a sense, brilliance, because it makes you wonder, maybe, I don't know, I'm at a loss for words right now. I'd say that the attacks are very well done. It makes me want to see them face off in an actual match, one-on-one. That's what I was getting at. So, I'd say it's a good feud. What about you?
Okay, I agree. I think it's a good feud, but all I think is this feud is what Brock Lesnar got last year from the Big Show. All the Big Show is basically doing is, heel or face, is making a younger version of him, not really a younger version of the Big Show specifically, but a younger version of a super athlete, kind of like Roman Reigns, who's being pushed as this unstoppable force going into the Rumble. And I think that's all Big Show is doing. He's a heel. He's been in WWE for like 20 years now. It's been like now it's 2015. He's been like almost 20 years. So it's like Big Show ever being World Heavyweight Champion again has to get out of everybody's minds. He's not going to win the Royal Rumble this year. He's not going to ever be a champion again, unless maybe a quick mid-card title picture or whatever. But that's all the Big Show is doing now. Is he's putting over people and he's making people look good. I mean, just think about it. Think about if Roman Reigns tossed over, Santino Marella and threw him an announce table Marella, compared to tossing Big Show over it and throwing it on Big Show. It's obviously going to have the much bigger effect going into the Big Show. So it's Big Show, yeah. I mean, he's really been getting beaten up a lot lately. Losing. I mean, even though Eric Rowan beat him, or even though he beat Eric Rowan, he really made Eric Rowan look strong coming out of that feud, and that Eric Rowan's going to go on to bigger things, hopefully. Kind of did the same thing with Rusev, did the same thing with the Shield, did the same thing with a lot of people. So that's really what the Big Show is going to start doing nowadays. I mean, I enjoyed what he was doing with Mark Henry, the tag stuff, but I really like what he's doing now. That's pretty much all he is now, so it's cool that he's doing this. I don't mind. He's been in WWE forever. He's won plenty of world championships, so I like the feud. I just hope that it ends, and it just ended already. It's over, and then Roman Reigns can eliminate Big Show from the Rumble. That'll be a big elimination, so let it end.
Alright, well, wait, I think we might have one more thing to talk about. I was thinking about it right as you were at the end there, because I don't think we have anything left to talk about except one thing I'm thinking of, and that's,
just new tag champions last week.
No, that's not it.
But we could say that Usos are new tag team champions, and the Ascension debuted last week.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do this week, because we possibly will see the Ascension shoot straight to the top and possibly contend for the titles at Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania possibly. It'll be interesting to see what the Usos are up to tonight and what the Ascension are up to tonight, because you have to imagine the Ascension are definitely going to be on, because, I mean, they just debuted. You have to build them up, you have to keep them on TV, get people familiar with them. So I expect them to be on tonight. I don't know about the Usos.
They should be.
We could see them in a non-title match, and then and the Ascension could possibly win
Probably
that.
a rematch from last week. I mean, they just won the title. Probably a rematch, unless they did that on SmackDown.
Yeah.
We will see, though, but there's one more. Okay, that's tag team scene. Diva scene, nothing going on there. We're not even going to talk about it. So, go on. What is there? One more thing that we have to talk about?
Yeah, I think we have to throw this in there because people know I'm very over with this guy. How about Cesaro's pipe bomb last week?
Yes, I mean, I think it's something that was needed. And he ended up losing.
Yeah.
Right after that.
Yeah, let me just say this. I absolutely hated that booking last week. Sure, it was against Barrett, but did you have to put him against Barrett? Did you have to? I mean, if it was against, at least put him up against like another jobber and then he wins or something. Cesaro hasn't had a win in months. It has been a long time. And then I absolutely loved his pipe bomb, except for when he screwed up and said that they're 4 ropes. Everybody on Twitter was going nuts that the whole promo was ruined because he said there are 4 ropes. But no, his pipe bomb was amazing. At the beginning when he said I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest, I was like, holy crap, that is just like CM Punk said before his pipe bomb. I'm like, are they really going through with this? And then he continued to say, how he's really promoted and stuff, and I was like, just like CM Punk. And then next thing you know, he received some bad news and received a 3 count against him. Terrible booking, terrible. Obviously Barrett coming back, you have to give him a win, but did you have to pair Cesaro against him? Really?
Yeah.
When he did the pipe bomb, I thought that was WWE kind of revamping him. I thought that meant that he's going to go on a roll now, heading into WrestleMania, just like he was last year. When he was heading into WrestleMania, sure, he wasn't, number 1 contender or anything.
I have a trivia fact.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay, Elimination Elimination Chamber last year. Remember Cesaro was in the Elimination Chamber match? Yeah, on Friday Night SmackDown last year, around February, Cesaro beat then WWE Champion Randy Orton in a singles match clean on SmackDown. That is how much Antonio Cesaro has felt in the past year. He went from defeating Randy Orton on an episode of SmackDown clean to losing to Bad News Bear. So, well, I mean, not against Bad News Bear, but it's like Cesaro doesn't win. I mean, he's been tapping out to Jack Swagger. He's been losing to everybody, man, and it gets annoying after a while. What are they going to do next? Have him lose to Fandango? I mean, it's really starting to get a lot of people irritated. I mean, last week, I mean, the crowd was getting behind him when he was doing that pipe bomb. I was excited about it. Everybody was excited about it. Barrett comes out. Barrett gets a little bit of a pop. Then the match happened, and nobody knows who to cheer for. You got Cesaro, who's supposed to be revamping his career with a great pipe bomb, and then you got Barrett, who just comes back from a 6-month injury. I mean, I think it was very, very retarded booking. I think Barrett should have debuted against somebody else, or re-debut, or came back against somebody else, and they should have had Cesaro go against somebody else as well. It was very dumb. I agree.
Yeah, I agree, because I said initially and you agreed. So, I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what's next for Cesaro tonight. I don't know if he'll team up with Tyson Kidd again. He has been doing that the past couple weeks, so maybe that'll happen. But Raw should be okay.
Yeah, I agree. I'm expecting a good show, I'm guessing, since the Authority's back, and, that's it, I guess. So, is it time to do some plugs and annoy the hell out of people watching?
Yeah, I guess that's it. We pretty much have covered everything. Raw should be one of the best of the year. I think that this could potentially be the best Raw of 2015 today.
Well, you know, at the end of the night, it's going to be counted as the best one and the worst one.
We have news.
But,
I forgot, we also have breaking news. I don't know if this is breaking news anymore, but Jerry Lawler will not be commentating tonight on Raw. I believe he has some sort of sickness. We will have to deal with JBL and Michael Cole. So,
well,
which could be better.
I'm guessing you didn't. Here's some more breaking news. I guess you missed out on the rest of that.
No.
Someone's gonna be replacing Jerry Lawler tonight. You know who?
Actually, really? Is it Tom Phillips?
Nope, it is Booker T.
Oh, that's gonna be very exciting. Is that legit?
Yeah, that's legit. It's been reported and it's been confirmed.
My. Oh yeah, I'm ready for some shucky ducky quack quack tonight. Oh my god, dude, that's gonna be hilarious. I don't believe this is another history fact for you. This is probably gonna be the first time that JBL and Booker T have been on commentary together. I mean, imagine this, guys. Yeah. JBL just saying something goofy, and then JBL being all serious and loud and stuff, and Booker T just goes all crazy. And JBL's like, "What are you doing, Bucka?" or something like that. It's gonna be hilarious. That's very, very good news. So Jerry Lawler not there. I guess we're kind of happy about that. Get well soon, Jerry. We'll, of course, probably see him next week. But have a one night with Booker T is pretty fun.
I agree. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you watching, and we appreciate you subscribing, so be sure to press that subscribe button, which is just below my face, and be sure to stay tuned for some more videos. And of course, follow me on Twitter for tonight. Well, not just for tonight, always on Twitter at Almost Wrestling, which is on the screen. I'll be doing live tweeting during Raw tonight, during every pay-per-view, during every Raw, so be sure to click follow. We'll have some fun. We can interact on Twitter. And of course on Twitch, as I mentioned earlier, just search Almost Expert Wrestling on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, Twitch. Jeez, Twitch. For some...
Twitch, what's the difference?
Yeah, for live streaming of WWE 2K15 on Next Gen. You'll get to see some amazing graphics and control the show there whenever I do it next. So be sure to follow on there. And, Kyle, do you have anything to say? I'm sure you do.
Yes, sir. At Kyle Smith, WWE. You know what? I'm actually going to try my ass off tonight to be on Twitter and to tweet a lot. Usually when I, with all due respect to everybody else on Twitter, but when I'm on Twitter, I tweet like crazy. Like, I'll tweet like all the time. I'll tweet to every single thing. But then when I'm not on Twitter, I'll tweet like once. I've done it before. I've tweeted at like 10:54, so or like 10 minutes before Raw ends. That's like my only tweet. Like, I think I even did it during TLC. I think my one tweet during TLC was #Divas title. I think that was the only tweet I got
Yeah,
during
I
that.
saw
So
that.
I'm gonna try to start like at the pre-show and then just keep doing it like throughout the show. So I'm definitely gonna try to get on tonight, guys. For Joe over here at AEW, he'll of course be manning the AEW Twitter page like always. He'll be taking care of that, and I'll be taking care of my personal Twitter account. So be sure to check me out at Kyle Smith, WWE. Be tweeting all night tonight. Can't wait for Raw.
Indeed, so until next time, enjoy the show.
This is AEW.
Yeah, hold on. Enjoy Raw tonight. Click subscribe. Until next time, this is AEW.